Students, today we are going to see the topic Design Thinking Framework from the Unit 1 Introduction to Design Thinking. So when we look at the Design Thinking Framework, it is actually emphasizing the four designing principles, and it is one of the expanded and annotated version of the Design Thinking Framework. The first thing is, in the framework, it should convey the people-centered approach, so to be people-centered, and it has to communicate with the visual appealing and inclusivity, and the framework has to explain the collaboration and the co-creation activities and process. The overall outcome of the design thinking framework is to be achieved with the iterative process of so the mantra is iterate, iterate, iterate. So we coined the term the double diamond by the design council. In this diverging discover phase, there are actually four D phases: discover, define, develop, and deliver. So in the discover phase, designers gather insights and empathize with user needs. The team then converging this needs in the form of definition at the define phase to identify the problem exactly. The second solution related diamond is, it begins with the process develop on the right side of the diamond, where the team brainstorm the ideas at the development phase. Then finally the stage leads to deliver phase, where the team testing the concepts and implementing the solutions with the most viable option. So this model balances expansive thinking with focused execution to ensure that design solutions are both creative and practical. So the design thinking framework is having the following five important things. You can see in the diagram there are totally six processes involved: reframing the problem, employ a divergent style of thinking, employ a convergent style of thinking, create and test prototypes, iterate, and start with empathy. So it's a non-linear approach, design thinking. It's not limited to a process. It's an endlessly expanding investigation. Was coined by this particular term, proverb is coined by Sandy Special, IDEO of CEO. So we teach the phases of design thinking as linear steps always, but in practice, the process is not always linear. The phases combine to form an iterative approach. In every phases, there is an iterative stage is there that the developer can try out and adapt to the shoot for the user specific challenge. So as a design thinking is understood as a non-linear approach, finally, the following points are kept to be remembered always. To frame a question, you need to inspire your team to think about your customers, whom you are designing a solution for, and what they actually need. Then gather the inspiration. Go out into the world and seek inspiration by observing and discovering what people really need. It's like kind of a field work. And to generate ideas, use the inspiration what it is being gathered, and to help push past the obvious to come up with the fresh solutions to the problem. So, and to make ideas tangible, which means building rough prototypes and find what's working and what's not working. And to test the learning methodology, we need to test with the prototypes and gathering feedbacks and iterate it. To share the story, once you have arrived at the right solution, craft it and share the story to introduce it to your colleagues, clients, and customers. So all these things is completely satisfied things to achieve the nonlinear approach of design thinking. Thank you very much.